So your SP doesn't want to be with you. Hmm. Let's talk about it because I'm going to bitch at you for a minute. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Jen and I'm your manifestation bestie, where I teach all things law of assumption when it comes to manifesting anything and everything that you desire. If that sounds good to you, click that subscribe button. Also, be sure to register for my free upcoming masterclass where I'm literally going to help you manifest your SP back before Valentine's Day. And I'm giving you everything that allowed me to manifest my ex back from no contact to fully living with me in a matter of 4 weeks. I'm showing you exactly what I did, holding nothing back. Make sure you grab your spot, description box below. Okay, also make sure that you register for the VIP upgrade because that's where we're really going to accelerate you getting your SP back before Valentine's Day. So grab your spot right now. Also, if you want to work with me one-on-one, I also do offer one-on-one coaching. Link is also in the description below. Okay, so I see this all the time when I'm working with you one-on-one, whether it's in my comments, DMs, whatever. There is a common fucking trend, and this is where you're doing good, you're doing good, you're doing your affirmations, you're rocking and you're rolling, you're seeing movement, and then all of a sudden, your SP says he doesn't want to be with you. And you're like, it didn't work. Manifestation's over. I fucked it up. It's not working. I'm doing something wrong. Well, you just said that. So because you just said that, you're right. You are fucking it up because you just said that. Why is it you're going good through your affirmations? You're doing good, you're seeing movement, and then he says something you don't like, you see something you don't like, and you're just like, pause, hit the brakes. It's not working. No, it just means you need to keep fucking going, okay? Because there's just a delay. The man showing up or woman showing up today is only based on yesterday's assumptions. So you can change that right now. But so many times you allow what they say or what they do to affect you and to set your shit back. Stop doing that. No one understands more than I do. Okay. I'm not going to come on here and tell you what I learned in other videos. No, I'm going to tell you from my personal experience. Okay. I manifested my SP back for good. And here's the thing is no one knows what it's like to be faced with the opposite. Okay. I've had him tell me when I was manifesting him back, things that I didn't want to hear, but I kept going. So like, let's take me for example, right? Because I only use me as an example. Okay. So I manifested my SP. We're doing great. We're doing great. And then all of a sudden he tells me, because he has, is I just want to be friends. I don't think I'm ready for a relationship just yet. And like, I just want to take things slow and just be friends. Okay, great. That's what he said here out of his mouth. But up in here in my mind, I was saying, I was repeating over and over again, he's so in love with me. He'll do anything to be with me. He's so in love with me. He'll do anything to be with me. While he's talking and confirming the opposite in here, I was persisting. I was persisting in my affirming. No matter what he was saying out of his fucking mouth, I was persisting, persisting, persisting. And because of that, we kept moving forward. The next day, it was like that conversation never took place. We were just fine because I persisted no matter what he said, no matter what I saw, no matter what I was feeling in the moment. I persisted because feelings and thoughts are not the same. Okay. You can have thoughts that trigger a feeling. Okay. That's a problem because that means that you were dwelling on that thought long enough to trigger a feeling. Okay. But then we have other things where events or things that we see may trigger a feeling. But then you let your thoughts, like the feeling will trigger, and then your thoughts will catapult off of that, right? And now your thoughts start spiraling. You can't do that. Even if you have an emotion, like let's say he tells you something you don't want to hear and it hurts you, right? Because being in a relationship, there's an emotional connection there. So let's say he says something you don't want to hear. That hurts your feelings, right? So maybe you start crying or getting all in your feelings. That's okay. That's not the problem. The problem is when you let your thoughts match those feelings. Okay. You can't let your thoughts match those feelings. Instead, if you're crying, affirm through the tears, the opposite, what it is that you want, and keep going and persist and persist and persist. Okay. If you're not seeing movement, if he hasn't conformed how you want him to, you're not doing anything wrong. You're just not persisting. You just need to keep persisting. You're wavering. You're letting him decide whether he wants to be with you or not, whether he wants to accept you or reject you, whether he wants to fuck with other people, whether he wants to be with you or not. You're allowing him to decide that. Stop doing that, because understand that even though you give them free will, they're still, because this is what a lot of you are doing, is you're giving them free will. You're allowing them to make their own choices. However, the choices that they're making, even if you're giving them free will, are only based on your assumptions of them. It still always goes back, everything is an assumption. So if you're assuming that he wants to be with you and he wants to fuck with other people, then he's going to make that choice, because that is what you're assuming is true. If you're assuming that he doesn't want to be with you, or you're unsure, then he's going to make that choice that he doesn't want to be with you, because that is your assumption. Okay, so understand that the choices he's making, in the fact that you're allowing him to have free will, are still your choices. So if you don't want, this is the easiest way to get over the whole free will shit, and to understand that you control his thoughts 100% of the time. All he can think about is what you assume he's thinking about. So if you're questioning where you stand in this relationship, if you're questioning where you stand in his life, you're going to get that from him, no matter what. So we can't do that. So this is why I'm constantly telling, my clients, is if he's telling you something you don't want to hear, that is because that is what you're assuming about him. So assume now that he absolutely loves you and only you, that he only has eyes for you, that he only wants to be with you. You have to assume that he thinks about me all day, every day, baby. Yeah, I'm his favorite person. I'm his bestie. Like, he cannot live without me. That's the mentality you need to have, because as long as you hold those assumptions, then his thoughts will be based on those assumptions of him. So now he's choosing you. Now he only wants to be with you. Now he's madly in love with you, because that is what you're assuming about him. Okay. So understand this, that you're in control. He tells you something you don't like, you're creating that. You're always creating his thoughts. So if it's not in alignment with what you're affirming for, then that's where you need to check your assumption of him. Okay. Because even though you're affirming for something, you still have assumptions about people, about things. So we need to take a look at all of that. This is what I do when I work with you one-on-one, is we take a look at that. Like, okay, before I give you I let you talk, right? Because I pull out your assumptions based on what you're saying. And then we fix those, where it's like, you need to describe him differently. You need to change your assumptions about him as a person, regardless of what happened in the past. This is the future. This is the present. Okay. We need to talk about who you expect him to be now for you, not who he was, but who he is now for you. Okay. Because he's a different version of himself. Every time he leaves and comes back, he's a different version. So what version do you want to come back to you? And then you add in the affirmations that confirm that. Okay. And then that's when the magic happens. Okay. I don't think people describe it like that, because they're like, just affirm, just affirm, just affirm. Yes, but you need to check your assumptions of that person. Okay. Because whatever he's saying is based on your thoughts about him and what you're affirming, but also based on your assumptions of him. Okay. So let's change that, and we'll change said results, bitch. All right. All right. I hope this cleared things up for you. I really hope that you understand that no matter what, you need to persist. Like, persist, persist, persist. No matter what I see, no matter what I hear, I'm going to fucking persist in my story. My story will win if I persist. Period. There's no other way around it. Okay? There's no other way. There's no way you won't get your manifestation if you persist in your new story. But so many of you are persisting, but you're persisting in the old shit. You need to persist in the new story, and only new story, and let that go. All right? I hope you found this video helpful. I intend that you did. So be sure to like this video, share this video, because I really want so many people to understand that they're in control of their realities, and that they can change, and that why find someone new when you can have the one that you love, right? So be sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel. register for my free masterclass right now so that we can get your SP back before Valentine's Day. And then also drop a comment with any questions that you have, any things that you've been led to believe through LOA that you clear up, that you want cleared up. Any questions that you have regarding this video. If you just want to show some love and say hello, because I love to see all of you, or any of that stuff, anything that you want, no holds barred, go ahead and comment below. If you want to send me a private message, you can always private message me on TikTok or Instagram. My DMs are typically always open to you guys. And yeah, let's get your SP back. All right. All right. That's what I got for you. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.